Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. It's Polyester here, and oh my gosh, what did you guys do? What did you guys do? You guys pushed the channel over 2,000 subscribers. It's amazing. I took a few days to reflect on this milestone and what it meant to me and what I wanted to say to all of you, because I wanted to be really thoughtful on it, and I didn't want to prepare a script because I wanted this to all be raw. So I just kind of tried to think about things that I wanted to say to all of you. And that's why it's taken a few days for me to put this video together, because I wanted to take some time and really think about this. And like, it's crazy to me that we're already over 2,100 subs, 2,150, something like that, in the short few days since we've passed 2K. We've gone even further than that, and it just blows my mind. If you would have told me 6 months ago that I would be making this video today, I would have told you that you were crazy, because essentially that's where the last 2,000 subscribers have come from, is the last 6 months. And I want to thank all of you. You really don't have any idea how you've impacted my life, and I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. And yeah, I really appreciate it. Everybody who, I know you have a lot of choices on YouTube, and I appreciate those of you who have taken the time to subscribe and to watch the content. Those of you who let the ads play because you know that it helps me. I even appreciate you, that one guy out there who subbed to me just so he can give me the thumbs down every time. And I know you're out there, and I appreciate all of you. So this has been a journey for sure. I've learned a lot of things about myself, about you, about the world. And I have said this in the past, but I think it's worth repeating, that the gaming community can be so amazing in many ways. And one of the ways is that while you or I, you the viewer who are watching this, we might not sit down at a table and have dinner together and socialize because we're at different levels in our life. Like, let's say, for example, me, based on my age, we wouldn't hang around in the same social circles necessarily. But through gaming, that brings us together as a community. Like, the gaming is so pure that it transcends age, gender, race, nationality, religious beliefs. We all just really love games. And I think that the purity is so beautiful, in that it can bring people together through the love of video games. We can relate to each other on that level. And I think that that's just an amazing thing. And the 2,000 subscribers demonstrates that. Originally, the reason I created this channel in the first place is for my son. So, let me talk to you about my own father for a minute. My own father, he wasn't a perfect man. I'm not a perfect man. But I never doubted that he had my back in everything. Like, he was very devoted to me, and my interests became his interests. He was always willing to go down the rabbit hole with me about whatever things that were interesting to me. He wanted to go on that journey with me. He never told me that anything that I was ever interested in was stupid or a waste of time. He allowed me to pursue my passions in life, and while he couldn't always necessarily join me in things I was passionate about. Like, let's say, for example, back in the day when Dungeons and Dragons was a bigger thing than I think it is now. Maybe I'm underestimating the Dungeons and Dragons community of today. Dungeons and Dragons was pretty big back in my day. He couldn't necessarily get into a game and role play, exploring a dungeon and a module with me, but he was always willing to make sure that I had the tools necessary to make my game experience broader, take me to the hobby store, take me to the bookstore to get the newest modules, the newest books, the newest miniatures, to the paints to paint the miniatures. He always showed interest in making sure that I was having a good time in that experience. So, like if I were to paint miniatures, he always wanted to see the end result and stuff and marvel at what were my young eyes being able to paint the details. Now I have old eyes like him where I have trouble seeing all of the details on a miniature that I painted in the past. I still have some of them. Like, wow. And now I can see what my dad was talking about when he was amazed that I could paint the fine details on the miniatures. Anyway, what I'm saying is that my dad was all in on everything I was interested in. Comic books, collecting baseball cards, things that I did in my life. He made my interest his interest. And that rubbed off on me. And I feel the same way about my own son. So my son is the one who got me interested in Twitch, Steam, YouTube. I knew what it was, but I didn't know what Twitch was. I didn't know what Steam was. He had to teach me those things, and I went on those journeys with him, and we still do together. And YouTube, we watched the typical YouTubers, the famous ones, you know, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier are the ones I think that everybody knows. That was how I got interested in, or introduced, I should say, to the world of Let's Play YouTube gaming. And then we went into Twitch, and then that brought us to Steam to set up our own computer, which our old computer was a potato. The new computer is much better. And my son wanted to try streaming, and I thought, okay. My son has his own challenges, which I'm not going to get into right now. But let's just say he's not what you would say is a typical child. So I was very cautious, and I wanted to hover over and be his moderator and oversee things, because, as I'm sure I don't need to tell any of you, the internet can be a cruel place. So I was helicopter parenting over him through that experience. And I think I did a pretty good job. But ultimately, he decided that he liked watching more than doing. And I was the one who got turned on to Twitch streaming as a hobby that I found it very fascinating. And then I transitioned into exporting Twitch videos onto YouTube. And then it wound up just making YouTube videos. And now I find myself transitioning back to Twitch. But that was satisfying for him to be able to, normally when I would Twitch stream, if he was awake, he would watch the stream while I was streaming it. And same thing, YouTube videos after they were in the can, he watches those. So I found myself going into this experience for my son. That was how this started. And my own father is not with me anymore. He's not with us. He's long since passed, many years ago. And to the point where he didn't even live to see my own son born. But when I think back about my father, I don't have any videotape or audio tape of him. And sometimes I think it's hard to remember what his voice sounds like. So the ultimate goal of this channel when it first started was to just be a lot of memories for my son. That he would, as long as the internet is around, be able to always go on to my YouTube channel and watch videos of me. I'm not going to live forever. I know that. None of us are. So this was going to be like documentation that he wouldn't have what I'm feeling with my own father. That he would always be able to go back, watch these videos, hear my voice, gain comfort in that, and know that I always loved him. So that was the idea behind this channel, and ultimately it still is. I'm going to make the content that I want, and that I think that he's going to enjoy. And if you guys like it too, that's great. But number one, this is a documentation of history for my son. So that's the goal here. And am I going to play Dead by Daylight forever? I don't know. But right now, I'm very passionate about it, and he is too. So we both really enjoy it, and as long as that's happening, I'm going to be making Dead by Daylight videos, hopefully for a long time to come. I may move on to other things. You may move on to other things as well, and that's okay. I have other videos on the channel that, you know, some of the stuff there that has the least amount of views is some of the video footage that I'm most proud of, but nobody has seen it, or relatively few people have seen it. And that's okay, because I'm happy with it. And that's really all that matters at the end of the day. So that was how the channel got started. And that's how the channel's gonna continue. Like, I always want to be true to myself for the most part. I can make some compromises, and I'll talk about those. But, you know, if you see me do something weird, I understand that it might turn some people off. Like, I know that we lost subscribers after the Esther video. So, and that's okay too, because I know Esther isn't everybody's cup of tea, and that it freaks some people out. But I wish that everybody could recognize that for the satire that it is. And if I thought that they could, I would play that character to the hilt as a person who is in love with a mannequin. But I don't think enough people out there recognize it as satire, and it would be detrimental. While I think it is very, very funny, and I would love to play it all into the hilt and never waver on it, I think it would be detrimental to the channel, so I'm going to forego that. But I'm not saying that Esther is gone forever, because I know that a lot of people really like Esther, and that they want her to remain like a channel mascot sort of a thing. So that I'm not ruling it out. She hasn't been as big a part of the channel as she was in the past, but I'm not ruling out that you'll never see her again. That's for sure. Oh my God! Don't sneak up on me! What the heck? What the heck? What are you wearing? No, take that off. No, we're not playing that, because I don't want to play that game. Well, why did we buy it then? Yeah, that's a good question. Why did we buy it? I guess we bought it because we thought we were going to like that game, and we don't like it as much as we thought we were going to. I agree, it's a waste of money if we don't play it, but it's not something we want to play right now. Can you take that off, please? Just take it off. We're not playing this. We're not playing this today. We're not interested. I don't care if you want to see Chad in a Speedo. I'm not interested. Okay? Fine. Fine. I don't care. Fine. Anyway, so if you see me do something weird in a video in the future, just hang in there, because we might return to your normal network programming after that. So, having said that, I really do have an actual flesh and blood wife, okay? So, Esther is just like a character, and when I play I'm in love with Esther, that's a character too, because I think it's funny. But, like I said, people believe it, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised, because I know that people believe. If you've ever seen this channel, I think it's called McJuggernuggets. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong, but there's this channel, McJuggernuggets, where this guy, all he wants to do is play video games, and his stepfather and his either brother or stepbrother terrorize him, and his brother just happens to be there with the camera to film everything when he's having a meltdown because they're terrorizing him about his video games. And people believe that's real. Like, they genuinely think that his stepdad is an awful, horrible person that runs over all of his video games with a lawnmower. And they think that that really happens, and his brother's just there to document it all and upload it to YouTube. Like, I don't know. It's satire, right? It even says in the profile of the channel that it's an actor, but I've seen on Facebook that people go, oh my god, this is the worst stepdad ever. Like, adult people believe that's real. And it is really funny, and they play it as if it is real. So you have to be able to look beyond sometimes and think for yourself and go, well, why is his brother always here to document everything? Maybe they're doing this for views and it's a put on, right? Because that's what it is. Like, do people believe that Miranda Sings really does her lipstick, like, you know, a foot around her mouth? Like, is that real? It's a character, right? So anyway, polyester being in love with former model Esther. Doesn't she look stunning in her Dead by Daylight shirt, by the way? Bought that for her from store.deadbydaylight.com. Is a character. Esther, my wife worked in a department store and they were going to chuck Esther in the garbage because teenagers stole her hands. And I rescued her. Got her a better life so she didn't end up in a dumpster. So ultimately I told my wife that she would be a good prop for Halloween. And then she winds up living in the attic most days. I would say, you know, 250 plus days of the year she lives in the attic. But sometimes she makes an appearance for a photo shooter for Halloween and stuff. But that's the history of Esther. We've had her for about 20 years. Rescued her from being put into a landfill because teenagers stole her hands. One day, though, we're going to, you know, medical technology has gotten so far that we're going to get her hand transplant. I know it's coming. All right. I know a lot of you are like, God, this guy's been talking for 15 minutes here. When are we getting to the contest info? The contest info is going to come at the end. So, now, back to my father. One of the comments I've gotten from a lot of you is that, gosh, I really wish that my dad, or I assume some of you would feel the same way about your mom. I really wish that my dad, they say dad because, you know, I'm male. I wish that my dad would play video games with me the way that you play video games. And that kind of hit me hard because I don't know that I took my father for granted, but I don't think that I really recognized that not everybody had the same experience with their own father that I had, where he was all in on stuff I was interested in. And so when people give me that comment, it gives me a greater appreciation for my father, and I want to thank all of you for that. And to those people out there who are feeling that way, all I can say is that have you asked your parent if they would do that? And if you told them that it would mean a lot to you and that you would want to make a memory out of it together, I think that that would have strong impact on them. I know everybody's busy and stuff. Everybody has a busy life and things to do. But if you tell your parent that it would be really important to you if you could make time for that, that I think that would have a lot of impact. But at the same time now, if they do sit down and game with you or watch you game, you have to take the role that maybe they took when you were younger, and when they let you beat them at checkers, you have to go easy on them in this, because 9+ times out of 10, you're going to be able to kick their butt at whatever video game that they sit down and play with you. So now it's your turn to throw the checker game, give them that glimmer of hope, and it'll be a better experience, rather than kicking their butt and rubbing it in their face and then making them go, I'm hopeless, and never coming back to it. You know what I mean? So there's that. And then the other thing I get is, you know, okay, so I have a lot of Steam friends, which I didn't even know you could cap out on that. I hit my limit, I guess, is around 250 or something. And I got to the point where people started saying to me, you're full on friends, I can't add you. I'm like, what? I didn't even know that could happen. So I did have to cull some people to make room. And I tried to be as fair about it as I could, and I went and looked, and people who hadn't been online for a month were the people who got hit the chopping block. So I apologize to anybody there who felt that, but I had to make room because I was full. And had conversations with people on Steam who said to me, "Wow, I can't believe I'm talking to you on Steam." And I'm like, well, why? I'm just like a regular person, just like you are. And they're like, "Yeah, but you're a YouTuber." I'm like, oh, I don't really feel that way. I just feel like I'm a regular person, just like you, who enjoys this game, just like you do. I'm just like everybody else. And they kind of had me on this pedestal, and I'm like, whoa, that's weird. But I don't know, I guess I can kind of understand it, but I just feel like I'm just me. I'm just like a regular person, like everybody. I'm not special. And then another comment that I get is, "Oh my gosh, why do you heart everything? Why are you giving hearts to everything on the YouTube comments?" And I'm like, well, if I just do a like, they don't know that's from me. So the only way to let them know that I've seen their comment is to heart it, right? Or I could respond, or both. But I thought, you know, if you're all spending your own time, taking the time to make a thoughtful comment on the video, shouldn't I be able to take the time to respond to it in kind? It just seems polite. So, will I always be able to do that? Will the channel get too big to the point where I would be overwhelmed attempting to do that? I don't know. Probably not. But my feeling is that as long as I am able to respond to the things that you've taken the time to write, I should respond and let you guys know that I have read what you've written to me. It seems like basic decency, honestly. So I don't know. That kind of, I guess not everybody does that. So it strikes people as unusual that I'm hearting everything to say, yeah, read that one, or commented on this, that's a good point, and thank you, and I don't know. And I think there was one more thing in this. I can't recall what it was now. Comments that I get a lot. Oh, okay, so I treat everybody the same. I just kind of, in my head, everybody is an adult, and I treat everybody the same. And then I have people who come to me and they go, well, you know, I don't want to be on Discord because I'm only 12 years old and I think my voice sounds really bad. And I'm like, I don't know, like they feel like I wouldn't want to play with them because they're 12 years old. Or they don't want to, or they'll be like, I'm a rank 20. So I'm like, I don't care if you're 12 or if you're rank 20. All I want to do is play the game and have fun. And as long as we're having fun in the game, I don't really care. It doesn't matter. It's just the same thing. Like I said, how am I to judge you for being a teenager who wants to play Dead by Daylight when you're willing to play with me at my age? So why would I discriminate against you for your age when you're not discriminating against me? It doesn't make any sense, right? So people think they're not good enough to play with me, which, like, you guys have taught me so much in this game, and I still have a ways to go. I still have a long way to go. I know that. I recognize my deficiencies in this game. Like, I still can't get this 360 juke down. I'm going to work on it. Maybe I'll get there one day. Maybe I never will. But, you know, like I had one comment, never looks behind, but somehow survives anyway. Like, that one was funny. And then I had the, I think it was the same person, said, you're a boosted noob. Like, which, yeah, there is some truth to that, because when I play with people who want to make sure I survive, they make sure I pip, and they carry me to the top. That's how I got rank 1, right? I don't think rank 1 is an actual measurement of my skill level. I think it's just I've had the right people, been in the right place at the right time where people insulated me and got me to the top, to rank 1. I don't believe that rank 1 is an accurate measurement. Maybe when this new badge system comes in, we'll see where I'm really gonna be on the game. But Where was I going with that? Okay, so yeah, you guys have taught me so much about the game. It started out with me just making videos, me with randoms, and then once people wanted to start playing with me. I learned so many skills from you, and those are the kind of things that I'm trying to show in videos, is to pay it forward and pass those techniques on to you guys. Like maybe you don't know how to do a pump fake on an unhook, which I learned from playing with people on Steam who are my Steam friends, and like we talked about it on Discord, these different kind of techniques. Like I've had people say to me, you know, it started out with don't be afraid to take a hit kind of thing, where I would always be like, I gotta get away, the killer. Don't be afraid to take a hit to protect somebody else. Like those are the kind of things like it made me really start thinking deeper about the game and strategy, and improved my game in so many ways. And I want to thank all of you for that. And by me making the video like how to do the flashlight sweet spot and the news and all those things, I'm trying to share everything that I have learned about the game with you all to pay it forward. And like I had one person spent 2 hours in a Kill Your Friends match with me just to try and help me learn the different jukes and stuff. And it's just amazing that the way some of you guys have embraced me in the community, and I appreciate all of you in that regard. And then I did have one, you know, once I started realizing when, like, for example, when the person said, well, I'm only 12 and I want to play, and I'm like, oh, ooh. I don't think, like, in my mind, everybody is an adult, like I said, so I don't really think that I recognize the skewing of the age of the demographic of viewers, so that made me mindful of, personally, in my own life, I don't have a problem with profanity, for example. So I just think that profanity are just words. They're other words, right? Because while some people are very taken aback by those words, they don't really bother me, because it's all about the context and the intent of the words that come out of someone's mouth. I can be completely vicious to someone and not use a curse word. So, and at the same time, I can very innocently talk to someone with no malice while using a profanity-laced sentence, right? So, it's all about the context and how those words are directed. If the swear words are directed at you, then certainly that's insulting and hurtful. But if I'm just like, oh, I can't believe I missed that bleeping skill check, that doesn't have anything to do with you, and it isn't directed at you, and personally I don't feel like you should be offended by that. But like I said, everybody's mileage varies, and some people feel differently than others. And when I was made aware that there were younger people watching, I said, oh, I should really clean this up, because I know not everybody feels the same way. And that's actually the way that I raised my son, is that they're just words. And words can't hurt you. It's, you know, the intent of the words that are directed at you, whether they're curse words or not. Somebody can be completely mean to you without using a curse word, as I said. But I did clean it up, and then since then I've had people say to me, wow, you know, I really appreciate watching your content, because I know that I can watch it around my parents. So that was gratifying to know that me taking that step had an impact, and it was important to people. So, plus 30 years down the line, do I really want my son watching my videos with his wife and her going, man, your dad curses like a sailor. Anyway, so I tried to clean that up. And the other comment I get is that people say, wow, you're not toxic. I really enjoy your content because you're not toxic, and don't change that. And yeah, like, I think, you know, the salt doesn't really make sense to me, because we're all sitting down to have fun. So shouldn't we all try our best to do that? Like, we're here to have fun, so we should make our own fun, no matter what. you have to be able to laugh at the face cam. Like, one of my favorite videos is that game with the horrible lag in the asylum. I actually pinned it to the front of the channel just because it makes me so happy that the lag was so absurd that I could barely navigate through the map. And I just laughed so hard because it was such an awful gaming experience. But I found it so funny. It was terrible, terrible, terrible to play. And I would never want to play it again. But it was so funny to live through it in the moment that the video makes me so happy because I laugh so much. So, and I think that's a microcosm of life. Like, you can't always control what's happening to you in life. These hurricanes that are happening all around us right now is a great example of that. All you can try to control is how you react to the things that happen to you in life. So that is, like, in a nutshell, a microcosm of my life view in that game. Like, things are really bad happening all around me in that game, but I'm still having a great time dealing with it as best I can and being able to laugh about it. And if you can do that in life, I think that will carry you far. I haven't always been this way. I am what you would call a changed man. You know, I used to be an angry or typical person out there. I gotta get mine. Don't do me wrong. Respect. But, you know, in the end, there are things in life that change your perspective. And I have had my life changed, my life perspective changed for the better. And it's a boon, actually. Like, to be able to let all of those kind of meaningless things go, that at the end of the day, don't amount to a hill of beans in 100 years. If it isn't going to mean anything in 100 years, what's the point of getting upset about it? So my life view has been changed in a lot of ways, and I have to say it's much more fun to be this way than the way I was. So I think the earlier anybody can get on my train and do that, the happier you're going to be in life. All right, blah, 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 blah. All this guy does is talk. Here we are, half an hour in, and where's my contest information? There is contest information coming. I also have a straw poll up because Bill has been prestige to the max. He's prestige 3, level 50. I can't take him any further in levels. I can keep going through the blood web to get more things, but I'm probably going to leave him where he is because I was pretty happy with how his prestige 3 blood web played out and the perks that I have at level 3. So I'm going to leave him there for now. So I'm going to let you guys vote in the straw poll. Link will be in the description of who you want to see me prestige next. I think the choices are Meg, Claudette, David, Ace, or Min. Feng Min, whose actual name is Min because I realized reading through the achievements, Adept Min, her first name is Min. In China, they do the family name first, so her name is actually Min, not Feng Min. So, you guys vote in that for me. And I'm going to see if I can remember anything that I forgot that I wanted to say. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let you guys watch this funny clip vid here. Don't come save me. Get stuck. Hang on. I'm going to deliver some funny moments here to you, hopefully. And then I'll be back to talk about the contest and wrap up after that. Don't come save me. Get stuff done. Take full advantage of this bleed out time. What are you doing looking up in the sky, Michaela? Oh my god, Michaela. You're such a goof. What? Was I not in the terror radius? What was that? Was I not in the terror radius? What happened there exactly?
What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up? I said what's up? What is up with that?
Okay, guys.
In unison.
It's like a freaking conga line. We all have to snap out of it. It's a snap out of it circle jerk right here. We're all snapping out of it. That is hilarious. It's a conga line. I gotta snap out of it again. Mia, let's you and I put our heads together. See if we can figure this out. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I'm good, Nia. Catch those raindrops in your mouth there. Catch those raindrops in your mouth there, Juke.
My hair is flying.
If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain it would be. Standing outside with your mouth open wide. All right. That's just some funny clips that I put together for you guys. Hope you enjoyed that. So I think I covered everything. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to talk about. I think I covered it all. I mean, geez, we're almost on 40 minutes here. If you didn't talk about it by now, let's just let it go. Thanks to everybody who watched this far. So now we're going to get into the contest info, contest giveaway to show my appreciation to all of you who helped get to subscribe to the channel and put us over 2,000 subscribers. And let's see here. This is the contest. Boom. Polyester's 2,000 YouTube subscriber celebration. Dead by Daylight DLC giveaway. It's a celebration of all you guys. I have unloaded all of the codes here. Unloading the shotgun with all the codes that I have to give. Thanks go out to Hybrid Wolf. I almost said Hybrid Panda. Hybrid Wolf and Koala Tux for donating these codes to me, and I think I won one of these on my own too. So we're giving out these codes here. Unfortunately, they're only good for Steam users. These codes don't work for console users, and I apologize for that. Console people can still enter the contest, but you're gonna have to give the code to somebody else. Or if you win, you can actually get the Steam copy of the game, and you can play it on Steam for free, because I will give you the game to play on PC. So we have the, well, let me just show you the pictures. Probably easier if I do that. Boop. We have a copy of the game on Steam. Code for that. You can get the game for free on Steam. And then we have the Street Meg and Science Fair Claudette outfits. These are another prize. They are linked. They go together. This is the original Chuckles mask. The Iron Chuckles, I think, is all white, and this is off-white. And then we have Dweard and Mustache Man Jake. Those two are tied together as well. So 4 prizes in all. So the way it's going to work is first name drawn is going to get their choice of the 4 prizes. Second place will get choice of the 3 remaining prizes. Third place will get to choose the 2 that are left after that. And obviously, fourth place will get the last item that wasn't chosen by anybody else. So, there's going to be a number of ways that you can enter the contest. You have to be a subscriber to enter, YouTube subscriber to enter. If you follow me on Twitter, you get a bonus entry. If you retweet one of the 2 tweets in the link to the contest is in the description, by the way. If you retweet one of the 2 tweets, you'll get a bonus entry for the retweet. And if you follow me on Twitch, you'll get an entry. And if you subscribe to me on Twitch, you will get an entry. And you also can enter every day. The contest is running for a week. You can enter every day for a bonus entry. So I think it works out you can get about 12 entries for free by doing all of the things. And one thing that you guys have said to me is don't change. And I said, oh, I'm always going to be true to myself. I'm not going to change no matter what happens on the channel. And then when I was going through the ways that somebody could enter the contest, it gave me a choice of if somebody subscribes to you on Twitch, you could increase the number of entries somebody would get for that. And I thought, oh, you know, they have this, what they call a September promotion on Twitch, where in addition to, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can give somebody, you can subscribe to a channel for free every month. They also have this September promotion where until October 2nd, I believe, you can subscribe to somebody for half price for $2.50 for the first month. And I thought, oh, I could use this as a tool to encourage Twitch subscription and say, let's say, for example, I said, oh, if you subscribe to me on Twitch for the $2.50, or you'll get 100 bonus tickets. And I thought, whoa, wait a minute. It was like a fleeting thought that I had, that I said, oh my God, that would be so smarmy. That would be like, I would be making my giveaway contest pay to win, because if people got so many extra tickets for being a Twitch subscriber, then it would be pay to win. And I'm like, man, so many games are pay to win. And you were thinking for a brief moment about even making this contest pay to win. Like, that's so smarmy. Why would you even think that? So I said, I put the thought out of my mind. And while I would really appreciate it if you were to subscribe to me on Twitch, you only get one bonus ticket. So I think you can get something like 12 tickets for free just by being a subscriber and doing the other things, and only one bonus ticket for subscribing on Twitch. So I made sure I didn't change myself. And I have told you guys, you people who have said, stay the same, don't be toxic and that. And always, I'm always saying back to you, if you do see that I've changed, then call me out on it. Because I want to know. I want to get that feedback from you. So I made sure I didn't change myself. I called myself out on that one. All right, so those are the prizes. Good luck to everybody. Thanks again. This is a celebration about you guys on YouTube, not Twitch. So in the spirit of that, these things were given to me to thank you guys for YouTube, and that's the way we're keeping it, bottom line. And for a couple of the bonus entries, you have to retweet these pictures on Twitch. So first we have this one, which this is an actual screenshot from the video where we tested out flashlights. And I just thought this was amazing, that this was a real screenshot from the game with no editing other than the speech bubbles. I mean, you can actually see in the top left-hand corner, there's my cam in back, and I covered it with the speech bubble. But just the way that Meg and Bill are looking at each other in the moment, and Meg's arm broke with her flashlight behind her back with this glitch. Like somehow between clicks of the flashlight, I guess when she puts it away or something, it makes her arm break behind her back. And it just looks so funny with them looking at each other. And then the doctor looks like he's dabbing in this screenshot on that palette. And I just thought it was hilarious. So I tweeted that out. If you retweet that, you get an extra ticket. And then the other one is this, which I also tweeted out, where Michaela disconnected in the game and she was hanging in midair. And then I was able to, I had been down by the hillbilly as well, and I was able to crawl underneath her body and take this shot of my point of view. And she just looks like she's like from The Grudge or from The Ring, like Samara coming out of the TV, or the Grudge girl. And I just thought that looks so freaking creepy that I tweeted that out. So if you retweet that, you get a bonus ticket. And like I said, you can come back every day for a bonus entry. So let's blow this contest up, guys. Good luck to everybody. And I think that's about all I have to say to you. I think I said everything I wanted to say. And again, thanks so much for all of your support. Everybody spending their time watching. Oh, one last thing that I did want to say is that I know everybody's time is precious, and I went a little crazy around Triple Blood Point weekend pumping out the videos because I know that a lot of you want to play. Not only do you want to play a game with me, but you want to be in a video with me. So during like Triple Blood Point weekend, I was putting out like 4 videos a day, and then I looked back at that and I said, whoa, you know, if that was me, I would go, whoa, this is a big commitment, guy. Like, what are you doing? I can't be watching 4 videos a day of yours. And I would maybe even just leave because I'm like, man, this guy's going to spam me with 4 videos a day. I got to take a step back. So I regulated myself on that and decided that I was just going to do it daily. And then at the same time, I didn't want to disappoint people who played with me and wanted to see themselves. So I kind of moved that over to Twitch. So they either play with me on Twitch stream and then it lives on, those games live on in Twitch, or if they're really good games, I highlight them to be put in a vodcast, or you can just watch the individual highlights. So if you're a voracious viewer, you might want to check out the Twitch channel. There's a lot of games there. I think there's about 3 or 4 hours worth of games now in the vodcast highlights. And yeah, I decided that I'm just going to do a daily DBD vid, and if I do another vid, it's probably going to be another game, which would be something that would be for me, and you might not even necessarily be into, like a Telltale game. And there's some other games that I've actually banked footage on already because I want to do some supernatural video games for October. So I might do a daily DBD and then a nightly of something else, something unrelated. So yeah, in October, you'll see the supernatural stuff coming out. Anyway, that's all I've got. Get out there, vote in that straw poll, and enter the contest. Blow it up. Good luck to everybody. This says 20 minutes until the contest opens, but it is already open. So get in there and enter. Thanks again, everybody. You've changed my life for the better. And for anybody out there who's watching that they think they're getting something from me, I'm getting something right back from you. And I thank all of you for your support and for watching. Can't thank you enough. My son thanks you too. And Esther thanks you too. Isn't that right, Esther? Yeah, she's still upset that I'm not going to play F-13. All right. Talk to you later. Have a great day, everybody. Take care of each other, and bye-bye.